Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Hold on. Testing. Testing. Oh, Lord. Testing. Okay. Breathe. So I asked what this conversation was going to be about, and what I heard is seeing all the signs. So there's signs. I don't know what the signs are, but hopefully our higher selves will be guiding us through this conversation and help us to better understand whatever it is we need to understand. All right. Here goes. Okay. Okay, let me stop messing around. I'm hungry. It's okay. Ooh, hello, Chicago. Okay, for real. Let me get these cards situated so that we can get whatever the guidance we need. Ooh, lots of energy, lots of frequency popping through. I don't know what this means, but I think we're about to find out. There's been a major shift in energy. I was told earlier today that there was a volcano that erupted. That's always a sign of something, of what I don't know, but that's always a sign. Usually it's a sign that tremendous frequency has shifted and there's a release that is imminent. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, ow. Okay. Here goes. There we go. Actually. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Oh, holy moly. Okay. Okay, I like that. You're unaware of something. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm going to need 3 more cards to better understand exactly what this is, because this is something that it carries with it the sense that you're completely unaware of this, and it's meant to rock you down to your foundation. It's preventing something from coming back home to you. And if you don't pay attention right now, it's going to be a successful attempt. This is not good. Okay. Okay, I need 3 more cards. That's what these 6 cards are telling me. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, 4. You need to create a different pathway. All right, prosperity. Whatever this is, that's going to be attempted. It's going to be successful. If you don't shift the trajectory of whatever this is, it is going to be successful. And this is something that you're completely unaware of. It's going to prevent something very, very important from coming back home to you. Homecoming, awakening, both in reverse. This is a major, major, major attempt to block something very important. I'm picking up on a lot of dark energy, a lot of malignant dark energy. This is to try and split up something that is serving as your stabilizer, your rock. This is giving me indigestion. Um, Union in reverse. This has to do with trying to create a massive separation. It's like trying to pull away that which stabilizes you. Invocation in reverse. So you're not even calling upon help. Let me just okay. Cite or appeal to someone or something as an authority for an action or in support of an argument. Call on a deity or spirit in prayer as a witness or for inspiration. Call earnestly for. Summon by charms or incantation. Give rise to, evoke, cause a procedure to be carried out. You can't just allow this to happen. Whatever this is, you cannot just allow this to happen. Oof. There's a lot of energy. This is a lot of necessity for you to have the difficult conversations, for you to make clear and make known whatever it is that you're feeling, right? Like, granted, you can't control every single circumstance. You can't control other people, but the feeling that I'm getting from this particular set of cards is that you have to at least make certain things known and then give whoever else is involved the opportunity to decide something about this for themselves. This is someone who serves as your homeland. This is someone where all of the most important things. 6/2/1234. 6 is receiving, 2 is a number of guidance. It's giving you the steps 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. This guidance is trying to serve as a way to make sure that whatever needs to be will be. Whatever must be protected will be protected. And you need to do your part. You need to do your part. You need to see all the signs that you're being given. Oof, this is intense. This is intense. So what's happening right now, I think for some of you, you're already being given the signs. You've been being given the signs, the feelings, the messages, but something is seeking to make you feel ungrounded, not rooted. So if you're not rooted in the reality of what you're living through, what you're experiencing, oftentimes what will happen is you will gaslight yourself into a space of thinking and believing that, oh, you're just being paranoid. Oh, you're just operating from a space of fear. Oh, you're just this, you're just that. When in reality, you're very accurate. Granted, this is not going to be applicable to everyone because some people don't have that accuracy. But for those that this message is for, you are very accurate in your assessment of things. You receive divine guidance on a regular basis. And this divine guidance that you continuously receive, I think your soul is creating a circumstance or allowing, just observing as a detrimental circumstance, something very, very destructive is starting to take root, starting to take shape. Because why? Why will your soul allow something that has a potentiality to destroy you, to derail your progression? Because your soul wants you to choose for yourself, choose the continuation of the protection of your peace. There's a lot going on in energy. There's a lot going on in the energies, and you need to choose to contain it. Just got a notification that my Wi-Fi is unstable, except I'm hardwired. That's a lot of energy. It takes tremendous amounts of frequency to be able to disrupt a Wi-Fi signal, to be able to disrupt internet connectivity. It takes quite a bit of a surge. And I think that surge is going to be explained by the final card in that particular deck. So, first and foremost, before I get to that final card, this is not something you initiated. You don't have the luxury right now to play the blame game like, oh, I shouldn't have pushed. Oh, I shouldn't have this. Oh, I shouldn't have that. Like right now, what you need to focus on are the messages that your soul is giving you. If you allow whatever this is to take full root, it will. It will come to full fruition. Soul tells you things in advance for one of two reasons, and one of two reasons only: to prepare for it, which no matter what you do to try and avoid, it's not going to work. You will eventually reach that point of that particular experience and circumstance coming to full fruition. Or two, so that you can take the appropriate steps to avoid whatever that unnecessary hardship, unnecessary pain, to avoid it. I don't know what you need to do. I do know what you need to do, but I don't know that you will do it. I don't think you have fully decided yet. You don't have the luxury of unlimited time to consider. You need to make a decision. So, for those who realize you're being given this advanced information, advanced meaning given it before it happens, given the details before it happens, the message before the event occurs, because your soul wants you to avoid it, you're now being tasked to create fertility. You're being tasked to create a circumstance that causes you to veer away from that event. You know, if you're given advanced knowledge that you're about to crash a quarter mile down the road, it's not that much of a distance. A quarter mile down the road, you're going to crash. Are you going to stay on that same lane? Are you going to stay on that road, or are you going to swerve off the road and hopefully stop safely on a shoulder? I mean, it's up to you. For some people, they're going to be like, no, I have this feeling that something bad is going to happen, but let's just keep going to see. You can if you want. I've done that a couple of times in my life, and it's ended very badly. So, I mean, the choice is yours. If you need to learn from firsthand experience, by all means, choose to go and continue down that path. I'm telling you right now, for those that this message is for, it's going to be catastrophic. It's up to you, though. It's not for me to dictate who this message is for. It is up to you to decide, does this resonate deeply within me? Is she speaking to me directly? Is my soul using this strange woman to tell me this message to save my life? I don't know. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you how you're going to travel through this period. It's up to you how you're going to receive this information. All right. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So here's some of the stuff that you can do to allow yourself to navigate this with the greatest degree of compassion for self and trust in soul. It's not enough to do what soul's asking you to do. You have to trust fully. It's not enough to trust fully. You have to allow yourself to be open to the ways in which soul will shift and pivot. Don't be so grippy on the outcome, right? Instead, really allow that trust in soul to help you pivot when you need to pivot, to help you duck and dodge when you need to duck and dodge, to help you change your mind, change your direction, change the outcome when soul says it's time to change it, right? There's been circumstance where at the very last minute, I'm like, I don't know why, but no, something doesn't feel right. No. And the things that I avoid when that happens. Good Lord. I've avoided being in the pathway of a really powerful tornado. I've avoided being in that pathway before, multiple times actually. Yeah. I've avoided all sorts of different things. One time I was at the gym and I don't know what happened. I had the weight fully in my grasp. And really, it was only 45 pounds. That's not heavy to me. I don't know what happened. But right before the weight fell out of my hand, and it was just a plate, a 45-pound plate, I rotated my foot. I rotated it just in time without knowing why, because I was standing very solidly. My foot rotated right as the 45-pound plate dropped. And that little bit of rotation, I caught the curved portion, meaning nothing fell on my foot. It fell in such a way where it was barely touching where a bunion would start to form. If I dropped the weight right there, I would have broke my fucking foot. That would have been so bad. Why? I have Ehlers-Danlos. My joints are very unstable to begin with. I would not have been able to walk away from that uninjured. There's been other circumstance, very intense situations where at the very last minute, I can't explain why, but soul says go, and I go, and I avoid so much unnecessary. You have to let go of your idea of how this is going to play out and how you're going to override whatever this malignant intention, malignant attempt is. This is a full-blown demonic attempt to disrupt your peace, disrupt your progression, to halt and derail. I'm not even going to mince words with you guys. This is a full-blown demonic attempt. What do you have going on right now that would be disrupted or destroyed should whatever this circumstance is come to full fruition? What do you have happening right now? Is it something that's going to forever change your entire life? Because you got to be honest with yourself. What is happening right now? What is it? It's something that's going to make you shine. You're being led back to your inner divinity, your actual divine purpose. 2 is a number of guidance. 9 is a number of divinity. 2 plus 9 is 11. This is the first part of your awareness of the gravity of the period you're in, the cycle that you're in. These messages are coming straight from your soul down into your crown for you to become aware. It's being pushed into the forefront of your awareness. So how could this potentially play out? Well, quite a few different things. you shrinking away from the message, because this is a very intense message. This is a message that can trigger a lot of fear. What have I said fear is for? Fear is to bring your attention to the things that need your attention the most urgently, and the most intensely. What are you afraid of? Because that's probably what you need to pay attention to. That's probably part of what will be happening. I don't know what it is. I wish I knew. I know what it is in my life. I don't know what it is in your life. Hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Celestial teacher, you're about to complete whatever this is. Uh, Completing something does not mean or guarantee it will be successfully completed. Completing something means reaching the end of whatever it is you're learning. Whether you're learning it or not, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to think that you're learning from yourself. You're learning that you are in full control of all the things that need to be controlled. But be still is the next card, and it's in reverse. So that tells me that for some, you're becoming agitated. You need to be careful about agitation. Part of the reason why is because agitation is often used to go ahead and accelerate a parasitic attempt to breach your field, to enter into your workspace and start feeding on your energy. This is a lot of information. This is very, very intense. This is very, very intense. The intensity of what's happening is intended to give you an elevated platform. 33. 3 is a number of a solid foundation from which to build. You have 2 foundations at this point. You're building the point within yourself where you can begin your transformation. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So I see this comment. It says, I feel apprehension surrounding connecting with my guides for fear of dark entities. I don't know how to overcome this right now. What if you're not supposed to overcome it? What if you're supposed to stop depending on things outside of yourself to get your guidance from? Because look, trees have leaves, right? So obviously that looks like a leaf. Trees make their own food. Trees don't need guidance. They simply need the components that are provided naturally by creation to make their own food. I don't know why so many people depend so heavily on aliens and entities and spirits and guides and guardians, and that's giving your power away. But everyone should do whatever they feel is right for them. Sometimes that debilitating fear is the only thing that's preventing us from being accessed by demonic things. But again, we all have to make our own decisions. And Michael is encouraging me to share. The only things that I connect to is myself and my soul. Michael's just always around. He's not my guardian or guide. He's just always around. Half the time, actually, more than half the time. I completely disregard everything he's saying. Usually, the things that he says, he's not giving me instruction. He's communicating to me what my soul is instructing me to do. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So again, it's only me, myself, and I. It's only me, myself, and I. I'm not seeking to dictate to anyone how to move through this period, because then it's like you're giving your power away yet again, right? I'm not interested in having your power. I'm not interested in even borrowing any of your power or your energy or authority over yourself. I'm just here delivering a message and then stepping back to allow you the time, the space, and the freedom to kind of determine how this message is to be received by you. So, duality in reverse. This means you're entering into this opportunity, this period where you're being gifted the option of returning back to a space of wholeness, being yourself, completely yourself. No more depending on all sorts of different things. I can feel someone's irritation with me. First and foremost, rather than be nasty towards you, be rude towards you, I think it's very commendable that although you're being triggered by everything that I'm saying, including the look of my face, you're still here because there's something you feel within yourself that tells you you still need to be here. So that's awesome that you're pushing through your disdain and disgust of me. You're not the only one. Don't worry. I don't take it personal. Secondly, I think a lot of what's happening here has to do with what your soul is determining is most appropriate for you. And this applies to everyone. This applies to everyone. There's no more need for you to continue to reach for things outside of yourself. Oh, how can you say that when you're using cards? Your guides are. No, my guides aren't doing shit. I haven't seen my guides since like 65 BC. Not even joking. Hold on. Let me get you the specific year. I'll tell you exactly what year I stopped seeing those mofos. Um, let's see. Oh, 69 BC. I had a good run. The last time we had communication was between 97 BC and 69 BC. Michael's the only one that I hear and see out of my entire spiritual team that is not incarnated, and I barely tolerate him speaking to me. Well, how can you read the cards? Because I have intuition. The cards are simply keeping my ADHD, which is a raging hoe, in check. So I'm not asking you to be more like me. I'm telling you, your soul has had enough. Enough with interference from other beings, other humans. It has had enough. Can guides be compromised? Can they get breached? Yep. It's rare, but yep. What happens more often is that things will go ahead and ensnare your guardians or guides. It will capture them, and it will basically put them in timeout, and then it will present itself as you, as your guide, not you, as your guide to you. It will mimic them. It will mimic them. I've seen this for many years. I have. It's ugly. Sometimes one of the viewers, when she gets expedites and her higher self is speaking and it doesn't resonate with her, she asks me if I've burned her higher self, and I'm like, let me do it real quick. Mhm. It's a specific frequency patterning that can be used as a purifier. What does that mean? Their face will melt. That's a mimic. You have to remember these demonic things. They've lived for quite a few thousands, if not millions of years. They've lived for a very long time. They are not in physical form. They don't have a body, a physical body that expires. They've had thousands upon thousands of years to master specific skill sets. Mimicry is one of them. It's one of them. Why is it so disgraceful and just ugly in my eyes when someone tries to um, emulate me, cosplay me? Why is that so ugly? Like, people can talk all the shit they want about me. That's fine. Everyone got their opinion. Everyone got their opinion, just like everyone has a bungholio. But why is it so disgusting to me in my heart when someone tries to pretend that they're me? Because that's demon behavior. That's demon behavior for real. For real. That's demon behavior. The coveting of someone else's journey. That's straight fucking demon behavior. So, carrying forward. You guys do with that information for yourselves whatever you want. It's up to you how you'll receive it. It's time for you to invoke your highest degree of protection. No, I would say 99.999% of the human population does not have access to the Orifim. They cannot simply invoke the Orifim. The Oraf, they they just exist. They're not committed to any specific outcome. As long as the outcome is something that's in alignment with what creator and creation has already selected, the Orifim, they're kind of just like, yeah, whatever, whatever. Yep. You have innate protection. How do you access that protection? Well, you have to enter into a space of totality. Remember, duality came in reverse, right? Duality came in reverse. And so, what does that mean? Where is it? Celestial teacher, you're being taught to call upon what is already set aside for you, the type of protection that's already set aside for you, and it's within the shadows. Why do you think there's a huge push for these people who are being used really as um yikes, that's a topic. That's one hell of a topic. um do you guys want to know? It's ugly. Ugh, I just, Lord. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. So, Jesus, take the wheel, take the wheel. um, if I say that, is it gonna start caca? You know, people always be salivating off shit that I say so they could start more shit. I know, but if you don't care what people think and say, why are you hesitating? Because. Because. Okay, so you know how some people are so magical? They're just so magical that they have a familiar. It's usually like a cat or a dog. Sometimes it's a bird. Sometimes you're a full blown Disney princess and the whole fucking forest is your familiar. Right? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Uh. Y'all, I really. So, okay, I'm about to get in trouble with my higher self because now Michael's like, is that your final decision? I will fall in line. Shut the fuck up. I will comply. Just like some humans have familiars because they're so magical in nature. Again, some humans will have familiars that are cats, dogs, birds, whatever their pet is. It's not a pet, it's a familiar. Some demons have familiars as well. They're weak humans. A large portion of those that have, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying a large portion of those that have these massive followings, they're familiars for demons. And you can always tell because they're so desperate. They're so desperate for the clout. They're so desperate to grow their reach. They're constantly in drama. And it's not other people starting drama with them, it's them starting shit with other people, looking for people to target. Those are demonic familiars. They look for energy to feed on for demons. So they would kind of be like the sucker type mouth on a tapeworm. It's their job to latch on to you and feed off you, just to feed their demon. The demon doesn't belong to them, that's their master. Why do you think when people try and start shit with me, I don't engage? It's intended to drain me. It's intended to drain me. No, thank you. And if they can't drain me, guess what? They're going to try and drain my community. I don't have followers. I'm not some social media influencer, big deal, I'm not Facebook famous or like all of that is just fucking nonsensical bullshit to me. I'm just a regular person. I happen to have a bomb ass community of people with a comparable level of sensitivity like I have. Y'all are sensitive, not sensitive as in emotionally unstable. There's a difference between the two. I mean, sensitive to energy, sensitive to intentions, capable of surging so much frequency that you are, excuse me, you are an unrecognized, unacknowledged master manifester. Yeah, they'll try and feed off you guys by trying to get you guys to engage. Why do you think the last time someone tried to start shit with me, once TikTok became aware that I was on TikTok? Fucking weird. It's not even weird, it's weirdo status. There's a difference between weird and weirdo. Weirdo's not good. Weird is like, hey, my weird likes your weird. Weirdo is just like, ew, ew, go away. So last time some weirdo circumstance tried to erupt like a fucking boil on an ass cheek. You know what happened? Not a damn thing happened. Why? Because they need you to partake. They need you to be present. Child. Mm-mm. I'm going to tell my family to ignore that. Ignore the door. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let me just leave that alone. No, be nice. Let me just ignore that. Okay. So build up. Your higher self is trying to build up some type of circumstance. This is something that can be really beneficial for you. And I don't mean beneficial in that you have to trample on someone else, you have to climb people in order to get above them, ahead of them. No, this is beneficial for you because it's healthy, because it's aligned with what your soul wants you to have. Right now, if you can just manage to pay attention to the signs, I don't know how you're supposed to receive this conversation. Okay. If you can receive this conversation in whatever way your soul has determined is most empowering for you, all that energy that would have been depleted by you needing to now mitigate the bullshit that you could have avoided had you just listened to your soul, that's now just kind of stacking up. Stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. Ooh. I didn't know you were into pop culture. It's a little bit outdated though. You're a couple years too late, but it'll do, Mika. It'll do. Michael over here is saying, Rack City, Rack City. I don't know where he got that from, but he is singing Rack City repeatedly. Some of you, part of what's happening is that you're being positioned right now, very carefully positioned. I'm talking about accurate calibration to line up your pathway. It's this pathway between the self and the soul. Your soul is ready to make you rich beyond your wildest fucking dreams. Rack City, Rack City, bitch, Rack City. I'm telling you. I'd play the song for additional effect, but YouTube will get upset. I think for some of you, this is the last ditch effort by demonic shit to stop you from receiving a massive influx that will stabilize you, that will give you the opportunity to move forward on specific other projects. Y'all, holy shit. That's what this is about. Whoa. That's what this is about. For a select few, and I don't know who that select few is. And no, it's not anyone that has decided to label themselves as part of the chosen. I don't know if you know this. The term the chosen, that has to do with a worship of a specific demonic entity. So you do with that information whatever you want. But for these specific people, not the chosen people, I'm talking about people who are here as part of their agreement. It's a Paladorian contract that you signed. Paladorian contracts cannot be renegotiated. They cannot be voided. They cannot be altered in any way, shape, or form. No addendums, no nothing. Paladorian contracts have required multiple lifetimes to align just right for this singular moment. Y'all about to get real fucking rich. And for some people who are like, oh my God, this is not spiritual. I'm not a spiritualist. Fuck out of here. I'm not. You're just money hungry. Well, what have you done to eliminate the need to pay to exist? Because if you haven't done shit, shut the fuck up again. Right. So here's the thing, for that select few who signed that Paladorian contract, everything is being pivoted within the collective whole at this point. You need large amounts of money to push through this next part of your journey. Oh my God. Um, Michael is requesting that I share with you what he just whispered. He whispered to me, "You're about to feed a lot of people. You're about to provide housing for a lot of people. You're about to provide free medicine and free care for so many people." And then he says, "It's finally time for you to chase the money." I don't know what it is about me. Money is always drawn to me. Whether I want it or not, it finds a way to me. And I always push it away. I always push it away. But if you're telling me it's time for me to begin feeding thousands upon thousands of people, I will chase it until I have enough of it. And then I'll chase it some more and do even more things with it. I'm not interested in being rich, but I am interested in finally doing whatever it is I came into this life to do. And if it requires money for me to do it, give me everything that's rightfully mine. Give me everything that is rightfully mine. And then get out of my way as I do with that money whatever my heart tells me I should do. I already do that. I already quietly help people with the money that I earn. Now, I need to do it on a much grander scale. It's time for us to receive the messages from Soul. It's time for us to begin really just getting out of our own way. This is not something that you need to fight for. This is something that's already fighting to come home to you. This is something that was set aside for you. So all of my clairs are active. That means I can sense things on multiple dimensional levels of existence simultaneously. I can receive messages direct from source. I don't need an intercessor. Many, many years ago, over 20 years ago, I believe at this point, 22 years ago, my family took a trip to the Philippines. One of my relatives was looking for something. That's not why we went, but one of my relatives in the Philippines was looking for something. What was he looking for? Lost Japanese gold bullion. My mother told him about my abilities, and he brought me out into the jungle, and we hiked for quite a few miles, just he and I. When I tell you money is offered to me so freely by creation in whatever way I will allow, I know where that gold is. How do I know that I know? Before my mother passed, I asked her, I described a place because these were parts of the jungle where she used to play as a child. And I described a very specific visual, at which point her face went pale. She looked scared. And I asked her, did you used to play there? She said, yes. How did I know? And then I continued to describe it, at which point she looked even more afraid. And then I told her that's where Japanese gold is buried. I'm not talking about thousands or millions worth. I'm talking billions, if not trillions worth of gold. Pure gold. Crate after crate after crate. And as if that wasn't enough, only a few months after I got back from my trip, I saw my great-grandmother. I wasn't sleeping, I was wide awake. I saw her and she beckoned to me to follow her, and I said no. She smiled. I knew where she wanted to show me. She watched them bury that gold. And I knew that's what she wanted to show me. I don't care. That's tainted. People died for that. I will not receive that. As part of my divine inheritance, I will not receive that. May it remain buried for always, so that no one profits from the way people died. There's other divine inheritance trying to find its way to me. May my pathways open and the doors be held for all of that to come home, so I can begin doing whatever it is my soul brought me into this existence to do. I'm looking for the signs. I'm following everything my soul tells me to do. If you allow yourself to get to a point where you no longer need intercessors, you no longer need guardians, guides, and all of that to communicate with your own soul, you have a direct connection to your soul. Why are you seeking something outside of you to speak to what already lives inside? For those of you that this message is for, if you can stay focused, if you can prevent whatever that hardship is that's unnecessary and designed strictly to drain your energy, you will enter into a space of abundance beyond what you could ever comprehend. So allow it. Allow it. I'm already aware I will go through multiple cycles of this. I will go through multiple cycles of this, and those cycles will amass more and more and more until what? Until I become the richest person that has ever existed. And by the time I get there, I'll make money irrelevant. Of course, they don't want me to get there. Why? Because money is the way they keep you enslaved. Money is the way they keep you so busy and so tired that you don't have the luxury. Rather than an obligation, it's a luxury. The luxury to cultivate and develop your gifts, your skill set that you came into this life needing to fulfill the purpose you're here to fulfill. Why do you think they have spiritual people trying to convince you that if you have some type of skill set, you should give it away for free? Why? Well, because if God gave it to you for free, you should give it away for free. You know what that does? And I learned this firsthand. Nothing. Nothing but send out a message to all of creation and all the people who have demonic problems. They will find their way to you. They will exploit you. And you're not a victim because this is what you've chose. So for anyone wanting to tell me that I'm greedy because I should be giving this away for free, I did for quite a few years while I was homeless. Where are those people that I gave so much to, thousands upon thousands of dollars to, literally? It's all documented. Where are those people? Of course, not here, because guess what? They can't get shit from me anymore. Did that make me more spiritual? Did that make me evolve? Did that make me any type of thing outside of, oh, I don't know, masochistic? Because really, what type of person suffers in a parking lot, living in a parking lot while giving everything away so kindly? If you want to lecture me on how I should give everything away, bitch, go watch Emmy from 2016 all the way through till about 2020. If that's what you want to see, that's already recorded. Go to fucking Facebook and watch all those videos. Yeah. That's thousands of videos, if not hundreds of thousands of hours of content. It would be millions of hours of content. Mhm. Where I give so freely, expecting absolutely nothing in return. I'm still that person, but only when my heart tells me to be. At this point, the signs that you're looking for, you need to use the appropriate degree of judgment. Judgment is not the same as condemnation. You're not being asked to condemn anyone, and you're definitely not being asked by your soul to condemn yourself. You've done that for long enough. Okay? Observe sigil, but it's in reverse. This is telling me you've been ignoring a lot of the messages, a lot of the different types of guidance that your soul has been trying to provide you. Why are you doing that? I know I do that because I'm stubborn and I don't like to listen. When I feel like you're forcing me to do something, I'm going to be like, no, you're so cute. No. Reborn from shadow. So I think for some of you, you're in this space of shadow. You're in a space of questioning yourself, denying yourself. Okay, that's part of your process. Finish up your process. It's time to come out of there. It's time to come out of there and allow yourself to be witnessed. How do you do that? Well, first and foremost, you have to trust yourself. Everything in creation is conspiring for you to succeed, including your adversaries. For me, I don't have enemies, but I do have people who choose on their own to try and assign themselves as my adversary. Yeah, but if you're not a worthy opponent, you're just going to get ignored. Why? Because you're a waste of my time. True story. Very true story. Very, very true story. So, hold on. It's time for you to explore. It's time for you to complete what you are doing. You are being called. Hold on, there's more messages. Hmm. Energy purge has begun. Hold on. There's a lot of messages here. Mm. Enter into the conversation. So there's a conversation already occurring between the self and the soul. Mm. The events are near you already. Mm-mm-mm. Something beautiful is about to arrive. Please listen now. I love that. Cosmic consciousness will reveal what has been fabricated fraud. That's what it says. Well, now it's gone. Lots of messages from soul. Lots of messages. You need to begin remembering that you come from a legacy of light. You come from a space that is untouchable if you're of a certain frequency. You come from a space that's untouchable by lower level demonic things. Well, honestly, the reality is for most people, ooh, someone's eating Filipino snacks. What in the fucking bibingka? It tastes like bibingka. Mm. Tell me you have some sago and gulaman. I'm just saying. Ang sarap naman. Sago at gulaman. I'm just saying. Yeah, no. Tagalog is actually my first language. English, I'm an ESL baby. Lovingly taught by Sesame Street. I wonder if Elmo knew what I would use with the words that he taught me and Big Bird. Ah. After the storm. Ooh, severe weather alert. Shit's about to shift intensely. Your wisdom is being called forward. You need to step into that space of wisdom and really allow yourself to take your divinity and fly that somewhere else. You need to go somewhere else with that because a lot of what's happening right now, it's really intended to draw and drain your energy. In the world, not of the world. Let all the other fish pass you by. Don't be a lemming. Don't continue to swim in the same direction as everyone else. Figure out what direction you're supposed to head and just do it. Just go. She feels, she knows. You already know what your soul is trying to communicate to you. You already know it. So just do it. Do it. Seeing the true you. I think part of the reason why you're not doing it is because you're so caught up in what other people think of you. You're so caught up in other people's opinions. How will they receive it if you this? How will they receive it if you that? Oh, you can't because so and so will get upset or so and so will get jealous. Babe, no matter what you do, just the fact that you breathe, some people are already upset. Some people are already jealous. And despite feeling that way, they still can't get enough of you. They still keep coming around. They still keep looking at your posts. They still keep trying to see what you're doing in life. Some of them will be so just twisted in their head that they will try and shove themselves into your life as a friend, just so they can keep better track of what it is they can be jealous about. I think you just need to leave those people alone. You can leave them in your life. I don't know. It's up to you. But you need to stop determining what you can and cannot do based on what they'll give you permission for, because they don't even want you to breathe. Unfortunately for them, creation itself is what co-signed you into existence. It designed you, it fueled you, it greenlit your birth. I mean, if they have a problem with it, they can take it up with God. Jesus is busy. Jesus is very busy. So we're going to have to go straight to God and take that grievance there. Okay. Ooh, I already know who's not making it into the next year for me. Maybe not, maybe even not the next month. Ooh, confirmation for you, Sheila. Releasing allegiances. Sometimes people will gift you golden bangles, even bangles made of solid gold adorned with diamonds. A bangle is nothing more but a gilded shackle. Time to release the allegiances to those type of situations. Yeah, it's time for you to get gentle with yourself, to hug yourself, moisturize your skin. I'm just saying, that's one of the most loving things you can do is to moisturize yourself, to feel so moisturized. First, exfoliate, because like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, do you want that old dirt on you? My God, use a washcloth of some kind. Use one that's exfoliating in nature. And if you're going to tell me, like, oh, washcloths are unsanitary, ew. What the fuck do you use to clean yourself? You know, washcloths can be thrown in the washer, right? After every single bath and shower. If my Lola was still here, I would tell her about you. And you know what she's going to do? She's going to get a lava stone, sit your ass in a tub for like 5-10 minutes to soften up your libag. That's the dirt on your skin. And she's going to exfoliate the fucking shit out of you with that rock. Ooh, babe. But you will come out feeling like a baby's ass. I'm just saying. She will exfoliate the shit out of you. And then she'll lather you up with some lovely moisturizers. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Ooh, don't let her see any birthmarks or moles on your body, because she will like, you got to tell her that's a birthmark. She'll be like, oh, I thought it was dirt. That's where I come from. I don't know about y'all. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Hold on. One final card and then I'm out. Okay. Y'all ready? Here goes. No, seriously, she would totally. Oh my God. She used to like get so upset with me. She had this dream. I'm like, Nanai, it's not gonna happen. I used to be a raging tomboy when I was a kid. What do you expect? I have nothing but brothers. So I used to be this raging tomboy, and she used to like give me these lectures. If I play outside, she would lecture me because of the potentiality of injury, which will then lead to a scar. And if I have the wrong type of scar in the wrong place, how am I going to win Miss Universe? Ma'am, I don't know that I'm even going to compete in that. As she used to tell me. All right. Ooh, Mm-hmm. Card number 14. You guys might, if you're sensitive to energy, you might feel a lot of energy, like, um, I don't know how to put it. I don't know. Okay, card number 14, let love transform. Mm-mm-mm. Excuse me. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls, the dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. Love is my medicine, intelligent medicine. It takes death and makes it a passageway into greater life. What genius is this? A genius that will render anything and everything as a pathway to life. I have found a bench upon which we may be seated. Nay, not a bench, a love seat. It's carved of precious ruby. It sits under the gentle shade of ancient tree that thrives in love's garden. Come sit with me, beloved, as we let the whispers of the great beloved penetrate our hallowed ears, carried upon the sweet afternoon breeze. As the sun begins to set, the colors become vibrant. Even if we are deaf to the beloved's tender whispers, we shall not be blind. We shall be captured by the vivid display of the beloved's artistry and be transported into peace. This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. Oof. I think for some of you, you've made a decision. You're committing to that decision. Everything that you've heard in this conversation is serving as a sign for the necessity of your commitment to whatever it is you decided. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You've blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way. How much delight there is from all those that walk this way of love, of life, to find another precious companion in their midst. You are welcomed into this world where love finds a way. There is nothing impossible for love. It's not bound by the mind, and because of this, all manner of miraculous grace works through it in endless creative variety. The great beloved is a show off, creating with such genius as to be breathtaking. Were we able to remain always in the heart, we would be constantly breathless in a fit of appreciation and awe so great. Truly, there would not be even a slither of emptiness through which fear could enter. What does this mean? It means an avenue for divine fulfillment has been found. Oh my fucking God. For those who don't understand the gravity of that sentence alone, you need to watch the first part of this video, because we were told to create a new pathway if our pathway is blocked. It means an avenue for divine fulfillment has been found. You are being given the power for spiritual success. Your heart's yearning shall manifest itself. But you must comply according to the law of love. What does that mean exactly? Do not attach yourself to the form that your resolution and success shall take. Why would we seek to limit love's creative genius? No, instead, trust that it will be magnificent, perfection, literally the work of great genius. Detach yourself from expectations of timing. The harvest will be at the best time when the ripeness is just right. So utterly juicy and sweet, you shall know with certainty that this was the best way. Not a moment sooner would have been perfect, not a moment later. Absolute trust is the best way to adhere to the law of love. This gives you rather some energy to spare. Perhaps that might have otherwise been engaged in perpetuating worry or doubt. Well, I am so happy to see that you are twiddling your divine thumbs and wondering if you're not going to worry. If you are just going to surrender and trust, then what exactly will you do with yourself? Well, of course, you can just live your life, but perhaps you may want to dance barefoot and wild with me upon the cool sand at midnight under the fullness of the harvest moon. Oh, oh. You have to decide. It's not something someone else can force for you. It's not something another can carry on their shoulders for you. You have to decide. It has to be soon. That pathway will not remain viable indefinitely. It just won't. So, am I trying to make you afraid? Because that's what people like to accuse me of, that I'm trying to make you afraid. I don't see anything to be afraid of. You just need to make a decision. Make a decision. And then trust your soul to bring your decision to full fruition. Don't be so caught up on the how or the why or whether you deserve it or not. It's not about deserving. This is your divine inheritance. It is your birthright. Are you kidding me? It belongs to you. It always has. So bring it home. Allow. Bring it home. I gotta go. I just saw the time. It's 1:44. 6-2-144, 8-9, 17-8. Divine receiving of guidance to bring you back into the divine fold of those who have volunteered, 144, who have volunteered as emissaries to begin the pivot for the collective whole. Brings you back to 8. 8 is what? Convergence. We're coming into a space of wholeness within ourselves. You need to let it happen. You need to make it happen. So this Saturday, I have the Baneful Protection Workshop. If you want to learn how to defend your space, how to create boundaries and powerfully enforce them with intense consequence, I'm not going to be teaching you how to hurt people. I'm not going to be teaching you how to curse others. That's just not the way I roll. But if you want to know how to defend yourself, how to command your energy and your space, Baneful Protection Workshop. It's this Saturday. All platforms except for TikTok. Simply click on the QR code on the screen or the link in the comment. It'll take you exactly where you need to go in order to sign up. For those on TikTok, go to the link in my bio. It's a Hubi link. And then look for the Baneful Protection. Also, tomorrow, I didn't get the link ready. Tomorrow, I will be doing expedizzles. That means scans and energy work, past life readings, all of that. Once the link is ready, it will be on my Hubi link where we put all our announcements, events, and updates, all that stuff. It always gets posted on my Hubi. So, guys, I got to get going. I hope all of this stuff that we talked about is something that will help you to better guide yourself back to yourself so that you can begin seeing you as the utmost authority. When you can do that, guess what happens? You officially become a sovereign. Oh, I feel her holding my face. Ooh, I gotta go. I hope